Hi.
Hello.
Okay, we have a different setup this time. Hi, everyone. First, I know we're not. I can't see. It's actually so bright right now. It's really hard to see this time. We're representing with all of our Station 19 gear. We have a slight change. We said episode 510. We're gonna do episode 507 instead. So we'll give you guys a second for people to get on. If you guys had 510 ready to go, we will give you a second to get 507. Episode 507. Place is not a home?
A house is not a home.
Thank you. That makes way more sense. A house is not a home. And we're on the right. Are we on the right?
Station 19. Yeah.
It's so hard to
It's
see.
really bright.
And Maddie's here. She's gonna read the comments and questions when things happen. We switched up the design a little bit. I'm like getting very technical.
Almost spilled all the popcorn.
It's really good, and I got popcorn this time because I learned from my first round that with Emily that I was really missing and wanting some popcorn.
No, you
So,
will.
you like popcorn, obviously.
Okay, Ford wants some too.
I don't. You can't see it. Ford is literally right on my lap wanting some popcorn.
No, buddy.
Nope.
Okay.
So, anyways, sorry. TV behind us. It's been a long day.
It is.
TV behind us so you guys can watch with us because that was one of the things. You can see the ring light that's on the other side of this camera for lighting, which is blinding us right now. So hopefully that's not a distraction behind us. I'm just realizing that now. Anyways, we have Station 19, episode 507 on Hulu behind us. Mm-hmm. We have it on a computer in front of us. So we're going to look forward. You guys can watch along. And I think that's all the information.
It's great. You're doing great. Very prepared. Very prepared.
Okay. Anything you want to add in the meantime while people get episode 507 ready? Maddie?
It was kind of sorry.
I was like, Maddie?
Maddie?
No. What were you going to say?
I feel like it was tough to choose. I wanted to do
Obviously.
super vintage one. I wanted to do like the first episode that Karina and Maya met.
Oh, a good one.
But I feel like there's only one scene with us. And not that it has to be all about us, but I feel like we should have stories about the episode. And I feel like sorry, Ford's begging face is so cute.
And he just got a haircut, though.
And Jeff is in the cage because she gets aggressive.
Poor Jeff. Not fair.
Love her.
Yeah, we think we picked a good one.
Yeah.
We didn't have time to rewatch it, so we're gonna kind of be discovering it as we go along, the memories we had. The director was David Greenspan,
Which is directing this current episode that we're shooting right now, actually.
Yep. And then, who was the writer of that episode? We should know
Oh,
this.
we should know this.
Maddie's on it.
Maddie's on it.
If I can remember properly.
Oh my god, I'm blanking.
I know who wrote it.
Who?
Stacey McKee.
No.
That's what IMDb says.
No.
IMDb's doing it wrong now.
Damn.
Maddie, you failed us just now.
A house is not a home. A house is not a home.
She wasn't on the show anymore.
Leah. It was Leah's first episode.
Was it?
Oh,
Yes.
it says created by. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Maddie, no.
It was
Darn
Leah's
it.
first episode of TV, and she freaking banked it. You don't trust me. I see the face. Of
No, I trust you. I'm trying to remember on set.
I remember her doing the scene where you tell me that I should carry.
Yeah.
I remember clearly David Greenspan coming to give us notes and then going to thank
And then Leah. So you're
Yeah.
sure, but you looked it up for two?
I did.
Okay, so Leah's last name is
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez. Leah Gonzalez. Was it her first episode? I will believe you. I do believe you. I'm just trying to, I think when I watched the episode, I'm sorry, we're devouring this kettle corn. I think when I watch the episode, things will come back to me. But yeah, I just can't remember right now. Okay. I'm gonna
think we're
stop.
ready.
I'm still gonna stop acting like a spaz.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna press everybody to a reminder. Put the popcorn down, Danielle.
Yeah.
We're gonna say 3, 2,
Go.
yeah. So 3, 2, go. 3, 2, play. This is a good way to put it, I guess. Stop. Listen, I've been every scene today. It's been a
Doing
long
good. You're doing
day. That's why we had to go a little bit later today. So, Maddie's gonna press play on this when I say 3, 2, play. I'm gonna press the play on this TV when it says play. You're gonna follow along. We're gonna make sure the sound is off on this one.
I'm here for moral support.
Wait, one more. So that's not giving sound. Okay. Ready? Where's the remote? Okay. Sorry, that ring light's gonna be a pain in the butt, but
Let's see. Maybe not.
just go.
Are you counting now?
Oh, sorry.
I think it's gonna be totally fine.
Okay, great. That's what I needed. I needed reassurance. Anyways, you guys excited?
Woo!
Woo! Episode 507. We are going to do 3, 2, play. Are you ready? Is everyone ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Thumbs up for Eddie.
3. Sorry. Just 3, 2, play.
Someone started.
No.
All
What's
right.
happening? What's happening, guys?
It's going ahead. Okay, never mind. We're going
No.
back again.
We're gonna try that again.
What is happening?
I don't know when.
Start over.
Yeah. 3.
Sorry, let everyone reset. I'm sorry. I don't know why the TV didn't. Yours is good?
Yeah, give everyone a second.
Everyone take a second. I'm so sorry. I don't know what that was. Is we good now? Tell me when.
Yeah, we're ready. Count it down.
3, 2, play.
Oh, come on.
It'll catch up.
Yeah.
It's there. We're good. We're in action.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm this way. This intro,
I feel like these mustaches are all so kind of sexy.
it is. I was like, that's why I'm like, wait. What happened? Stefania and Maddie are laughing at me because I just exited out of the one on the computer. But guess what? Maddie is going to catch up, and it's going to be great. And in the meantime, I'm watching the screen behind us. This intro is awesome, as is this song. I'm not surprised. David Greenspan, who directed this episode, is one of our editors.
It's amazing.
Amazing guy, amazing director, amazing editor. He is our number 1 go-to editor.
Yeah.
So,
When you're good at editing, directing,
naturally.
I would say so.
Well, and I feel like you're so fast because he knows in his head while he's directing how he's gonna cut. But this intro with the song and the slow-mo and the whole incident, I'm still struggling with it being like I'm having an issue with my recollection of this episode.
God, why do some shifts hurt more than others? Even my left butt cheek hurts.
That just means you're getting old.
We're the same age.
Okay, so I can add to this one. So Jay Hayden's age on the internet used to be wrong forever, and it said he was younger, which is usually not what happens.
No way.
You didn't know this?
I didn't.
So that line was kind of like a result of
that.
like, because he is much older,
Couldn't tell.
but you wouldn't know. I mean, he doesn't look older at all.
No, it looks so young.
But that was like,
She knows you have a lot on your plate, but we are ready to drop the gloves.
can you sync that?
Miranda, yeah, that's not
It's not synced yet. Sorry, both of ours are on different ones, but we're getting it.
She's got your back.
You don't have anyone's back.
What were you gonna do before you started joining the academy?
Oh, 23.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Just when 23 still existed.
Dude, imagine.
23 was funny. It was a funny bunch.
It was. They were a nice comedic group, but also had like
Dude,
drama.
no.
Yeah.
And I liked I did like their firehouse, the brick building.
You got a sub for
Yeah,
I really liked that.
beautiful, super
And
charming.
keep in
Yeah.
mind that there weren't a lot
What'd you
of
say?
choices.
Super charming.
Sorry, it's jumping. I know. I'm trying to just watch the one behind us
Okay,
at this
let's watch
point.
that one.
Step up to them, tell me how it works. It's a hazing thing. It's fine. I know you can. That's not
Going
fine.
together,
If I say
coming back.
something, that puts me on the outside. That's not true. It is. It's regular. Wow. Truth hurts.
Oh my gosh, those guys were so funny. They played such assholes, but they were so funny.
Clean that up. 12 o'clock.
Hey,
What? Oh.
Fire Zaddy.
Surrera.
working.
Understand.
You're the captain. You don't know Savre?
I'm the acting captain, and I had my lieutenant sign the approval.
I like them together. Although I really like Boris and
I love Boris and
Meryl and
I love Natasha and Sullivan.
Natasha and Solomon are so good together.
Could you please call me back?
Hey, where do we keep the toolbox?
What kind of
Oh, perfectly synced.
The kind you keep in the toolbox.
I think there are some.
Oh yeah, we're synced. We look over here now.
Should I even ask?
The towel racks.
Oh my God, Barrett's in the hair.
No,
Short. I like her both ways.
That's right.
Braids. It looks so good on her.
He hasn't been working.
I love that they live together.
I mean, he can do the bite.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta go make sure that my mom hasn't murdered my father in public. Could you just call him? Could be good for both of you.
Hold on. This is you trying to sneakily get me.
I've always said this and I'll continue to keep saying it. I love their friendship so much.
Yeah.
I can be worried.
And they're so funny.
I'm a multitasker.
Oh God.
And here it goes.
Written by Leah Gonzalez.
Good job, Stefania. You were right. Directed by David Greenspan.
Karina, am I in the right apartment?
Okay, when we were shooting this scene, do you remember, like, it was also, we had to shoot it last second, and they changed the whole room, remember?
No, wait. First
It
of
was
all,
supposed
they
to be
gave us
velvet.
the material. They gave us the pages the day before we started, and we shot all the scenes in one day. And
Yes.
they gave us the scenes the day before, so we prepped them.
Because it was a rewrite situation.
Exactly.
And they had to quickly decorate, do this scene.
Yeah.
The production, the whole,
Exactly.
production team. And so they did it, and it was like, looked too much, so they had to turn
It
it
was
down.
like full on softboard. I also remember you at some point getting super irritated.
By David? Yeah, but I don't want to bring that up. Anyways, now that you brought it up, I have to say, I love David. This is, but he had me, which is I'm confused because where's the wine glass thing? Over here, right?
Yeah.
Wait, when do I pick up the wine glass?
It was
After
a little bit
this.
before, yeah.
Of course, Stefania in the lingerie.
Hey,
I didn't realize she
Karina
literally
does
looked
this.
naked
Stefania
right
does
there.
it really.
This is so romantic.
What happened in the episode before this?
I'm good. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. This is when the houseboat still existed.
What?
Wow, the houseboat was so cool.
What are you up to? You wanna come over?
Okay, I gotta tell stories. So, there's a scene coming up while this is happening. I've got to juggle, which obviously, if you can tell today, I'm not good at juggling. My brain's all over the place. Anyways, there was a scene where it's gonna come up, I'm in the wine glass, and I have to turn, and David wanted me to turn at a very specific moment, and every time I wasn't turning at the right moment.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, on this line, but to tell an actor to turn on a very specific line.
Without a reason or a feeling, it's like
Actors always need motivation. And so
Yeah.
I'm like, but why am I turning on that line? I'm so confused.
yeah,
And sometimes we just have to stop overthinking things and just do.
do it and try it out. It's hard though.
What's crazy is like we build a lot of sets and then we take them down, right? So like,
Yeah.
You actually know.
but what was crazy is this houseboat set that was Oak's house
Was obviously not on water.
was obviously not on water, obviously.
For me, it was a surprise. I was like, "What? It's not on water?"
Really? I kind of forget these things. So yeah, the houseboat was not on water. It's all green screen. They had this like little river water
A little
around.
bit, exactly.
Yeah, which gives you just enough space.
To make it feel like reality.
Correct. So they can shine the light on it. Looks like there's water there, but the rest of it is all just green screen.
Yeah.
But it was weird to see this houseboat get taken down because for a while there it was that Jack was going to move in to Dean's place, his houseboat.
Yeah, I remember that.
But then the houseboat just got torn down, which was really sad.
All grandparents seem happy with.
Yeah.
So they're what?
This is the adoption of
Adoption
Prue.
of Prue,
Wow.
yeah.
They have agreed that Prue will be based in
This is a
Seattle.
great
This will
episode.
be her primary
Such a good
residence with
storyline
the others,
also. It was like
and
such a
she will spend summers and
hard-
alternating holidays with the other set of grandparents.
And I love Miranda
They spend their summers in
always.
Italy.
Sandra Wilson.
On
Always a gift when we get to have her on our show.
Okay, look. Dean stipulated he wanted her with us. There are legal documents. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, we almost all watched the episode that Jason George directed, but I feel like that was too fresh.
They are blood
recent.
relations.
Yeah.
They are all more than capable of
Yeah.
supporting her and raising her and
So good.
providing for Prue a life well beyond the average.
I also was
So
like,
if you want to keep her, it's gonna be a fight. The long,
I'm getting confused with what episodes Jason's directed. He's only directed 2.
Two. The first one was the one where the insemination happens.
Yeah.
Jack shows up at the door with flowers and it's super awkward, and Karina is super hormonal.
But it doesn't happen.
What Dean
It's just like the syringe. It's the syringe thing at the end where we're about to.
I am like so turned around on our scripts.
road to us.
I am. Listen, there's been a lot that's been happening in the marina worlds over the last few years. Like, it's hard to keep track.
She belongs to us. Right? She's our great.
This was such a beautiful storyline, though.
Yeah.
Dean wanted us.
And I love them around and then adopt all the kids.
But I also just love their whole dynamic. Like, this is why Ben Warren was able to come and start a whole new show, a firefighting show,
Yeah.
and have him be the thread that was between Station and Grace, because we love this relationship so much.
And it's so solid.
Brain is just learning what the world is like.
Any questions, Maddie?
We have a lot of people that want to know what flavor popcorn it is.
Kettle corn.
It's beautiful. It's
Although,
like sweet and savory.
all I could find was light kettle corn.
It's better than regular kettle
Oh,
corn.
no.
I like the boom chicka pop. It's really good.
I wanted full blown kettle corn.
No, sweet and savory.
Much that pains me to say
It's
this.
weird.
If all of this is
What?
truly about
I
protecting
think
that
Sweet and savory.
Sweet and savory. Oh, that was good. I didn't even catch on to that. I do love this scene.
Love it.
And nothing is more fun than demoing a bathroom for a scene.
Well, you can, and nobody's gonna tell you off. You actually have to do it.
Oh. You know, I never asked Spirit if that happened on accident.
But it was rehearsed.
The one that went back. Can someone remind me what she's upset at right now?
The death of Dean. No?
Oh, that would make sense. Duh. Sorry. I need some help tonight.
Stop dating you too.
two is in you too, or
Oh, Jack.
two like I seem like I'm
Yeah.
taking off another box on the list of madness.
Let's talk about it, Jack.
That's it. Yeah, you want to answer that? Let's talk about
Let's
Jack.
talk about Jack. Such a fun character. Such a good guy at heart. A bit of a mess.
Yeah.
But that's what makes him so, like, I don't
So
know.
likable.
I think so.
What do you know about
He's just a soft soul.
He is.
Come on.
On a handsome body. On a messy mind.
And just a good guy.
Such a good guy.
Mom.
I love
Home.
Travis's parents. Well, his mother specifically. I don't know. I
The
love
actor or
his-
the character?
Can I help
Or
you?
both?
Well, both. I mean, I've met her only once because we don't have scenes. Like, that is hilarious.
Me, your only son, the one you always.
And probably knowing Jay, he improvised that.
Yeah.
Wait, are you
But
packing?
She does such a great performance in this episode. I remember this episode.
Mom, are you kicking Dad out?
okay, so this is a funny thing also for me, not coming because you were a child actor, so you were in the show business for a long time. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was dancing, but I was never in the acting world until later. And I feel like the fact that you are in an episode with so many actors and most of them you don't even meet because you're not in the same scene,
Did
it's
you tell him
crazy
that
to me.
apparently it was something that
I mean, when I did Heroes, I never met any of the actors.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Like, besides, yeah.
Yeah, you
Like,
only met her once, and you've seen in so many episodes, but if you don't have scenes with her, you just don't meet them.
yeah.
It's so weird.
That happens a lot. People just assume if people are in shows and movies together, they work all the time together, but as a cast on our show, the firefighters always do work together because we always have at least 1 or 2 scenes an episode
Yeah.
where every actor has to be there.
Aside from me.
Well, that's all the firefighters I met.
Yeah.
Like all the, but then sometimes what happens is like you're in the clinic with Vic or with Ben.
What happened that I went on a call where you guys were on because there was somebody pregnant?
Yeah. So that does happen sometimes too.
For example, I never met these guys in
He was
person.
so funny, such a nice guy.
Never met him because I never had a scene with him.
I was really thinking those guys would somehow be subbed in
Hey, Barbie, will you
through Station. And I guess the possibility still exists that they could, but it's just sad that.
You don't hate Barbie?
I
Yeah.
like that.
And I like Andy's in this captain.
I was
Yeah.
it was really fun to see her as captain.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with such a messed up.
Well, I think that's what made it so, like, the writing was so great to have it be this, like, captain of this household, that house that really needed it.
Yeah, yeah. Now, a backstory.
Yeah.
Jack kind of have a thing with all the women.
Are you looking for volume?
Yeah.
It's over here.
Is it too loud?
A little loud.
People are saying it's too loud.
Just a little down.
Yeah.
So did Jack have a thing with all the women of Station 19?
Okay, so, yes.
Aside from me.
Which I guess
From
he
Korea.
has essentially had a thing because
Family.
with the family of yeah, because he was with in the pilot episode of our show, which is the first episode ever. He had just proposed, or he proposes in that
To
episode
Andy.
to Andy, and then of course, as we all know, in season 3, I come in,
Yeah.
and that's the new Maya
Yeah.
comes in and steals her best friend's ex,
That's crazy.
and then. And then,
Not
this was just this episode, which, if for anyone, it's not. I mean, hopefully you guys have seen the episode, but in the end, they do share a kiss. Gosh, this
So
would have been
fun.
so much fun to demo.
So fun.
Okay, too
Some
quiet.
people are saying too quiet. Some people are saying too loud. Some people are saying good.
You can't please everyone. I'm
No.
sorry, guys,
Impossible. What
but we tried to get the temperature right. It feels right in here. They're not
Yes,
saying anything
it
right
doesn't
now.
feel like you're
Not much.
screaming.
Feels good. Yeah. It's good. I mean, not the normal way to.
You know, it's so crazy when you watch like shows by season, because we all as actors change so much every season. Like after COVID, my pants were real tight. Like I think at the
Mine
end of
too.
3, I had chopped off my hair. So at the end of at the beginning of 4, my hair was short and super blonde. Like it's funny how you and like I'm just looking at everybody and how, like you said, Barrett's hair. This was her short hair season.
Yeah.
I know these are funny little things, but like it's almost like a way to remember seasons.
Definitely.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about
Go.
this since we.
Go.
Well, no, you can say whatever.
No, go.
The sides of her bed. So does anyone know who sleeps on what side of the bed? Do you know?
I don't even know. I think I sleep on the left side.
Yeah, we think. This is the problem we have.
But we're always in weird.
We're
sides.
always in different sides.
Yeah.
Which never happens. If you have a side of the bed, you're on that side of the bed.
How do we make this happen? How do we?
So here's. Well, we need to like decide. So when your guys' opinion, who sleeps on what side of the bed? Because we also have. You look stunning there. My God. I mean, you always look stunning, but this was Darren, right? I think Darren DP'd it.
Darren is our loved DP that makes us look cute.
Darren's style of DP, which is cinematography, is he just makes you look angelic. Like your face looks soft. Somehow you look younger.
Yeah,
Your
because it
skin
never
looks
happens.
Your skin looks flawless.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
lights. So let alone Stefania's beautiful. Then you have Darren light her, and it's like okay.
Come on.
So they're just facts. They're just facts.
We're getting a lot of Maya on the right side and Stefania on the
On
left.
the left, I think.
Which is
so.
what you were thinking.
Yeah, I just because I feel like there's a picture of Jeff on the left side. I think that's what I.
Jeff, your dog.
My dog. I think there is a picture of Jeff
Honestly,
somewhere.
valid.
Oh, hilarious.
Dad was drowning.
I need to see this picture, by the way. If someone could just send it, that'd be great.
But he never put a
Oh yeah,
So-
everyone's in for Maya on the left, Karina on the right.
Okay.
Oh, Maya on
Wait.
the left,
But we can't put.
Maya on the right, Korean on the left.
Maya on the left, Karina on the right.
Which one are you thinking when you're late, like on the bed?
Also,
if
if
you're
you're
looking
looking
at
at
the bed,
on the right,
So right and left. So that's the headboard.
and then no, the other way.
That's what I think you were. Because
Yes,
I
yes,
think
yes.
you're saying the same thing, but you have the,
Yes,
the
yes,
bed
yes,
reversed.
exactly.
So that's the back wall with the headboard.
Yes,
That's all I'm saying.
on this side.
You're on the right.
Yeah.
You're on the
No,
right.
I'm on
You're
the
on the
left.
left.
Do you want some lunch?
Is anyone else following along? Because now I'm confused.
I'm confused. I know
We're gonna need to draw this out later because we can't seem to figure out. We're gonna go to my bedroom. We're gonna like
and then show
map it out.
Yeah.
exactly.
But what are people saying? They're saying Maya on the left.
It's again, we got
It's
a
split.
mixed bag.
Here's the thing. It's a mixed bag to us too, and it's because
Yeah.
the set decorators have never really made it clear. Like the stuff on both nightstands doesn't represent either of us.
No, it doesn't. It's very generic.
It's like generic stuff on the bedside. I'm like, listen, Maya would have like her phone charger, her Apple Watch charger,
Right.
her like earplugs with her eye mask.
Right, and I do think there is a picture of Jeff, but Jeff was never established on our show, so we don't know why.
Jeff, your dog.
Jeff, my dog, is in the picture frame.
What about some more of these like relationship hypotheticals? Like, who do you guys think would be the driver and who's like the passenger? Not Stefania and Danielle, but Maya and Karina.
Yeah. Who would be the driver and who would be the passenger?
Yeah, like you're going on a road trip. Who's the driver? Who's the
Driver would be
passenger?
tough. I feel like we're the type that would get, but I feel like we're that couple that
Or
are
you're driving
Yeah.
to Trader
Yeah.
Joe's on Sunday. Who's driving? Who's
I
passenger?
think Maya's driving.
Maya's a little bit of a control freak,
Right.
so it makes sense that Maya would want to drive.
Right.
But
Karina
you
is-
also like to be in control, especially of
Yeah.
your things.
So maybe they
Oh my God, Karina does. I was saying Marina.
maybe they don't go grocery shopping together. Maybe Karina goes.
Maybe that's another argument too. They're a passionate couple who argue while they drive.
They don't do these things together. They just keep it light and romantic.
They're like, let's not drive together as much as we can.
No.
And we haven't taken a road trip yet. We flew to LA once. That could have been a good episode to do.
Oh yeah.
We screwed up.
Oh my god.
With Todd. Hi Todd, bye Todd.
Hi, Todd.
Which I thought was my line. Did you hear about that? When I was like, I said hi Todd, bye Todd, and everybody was like, no you didn't. I was like, oh that's right, I didn't say that was your line. Like that happened once. I gotta stop eating this popcorn.
No, you're fine.
No. I have to stop eating popcorn. It's so good.
Okay, I'm gonna let Jeff.
So they, yeah, put it over. I'll put it here.
Can I step out?
I'll be right back. She's going to get Jeff. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what else happened in the scene. Going back to the bed. We just need to figure out what to put on both of our bedsides. So, you guys send some stuff, send some ideas. Maybe what we'll do later. Might remind me. We'll do a box that says like what we should have on our nightstands, and we'll do some things where we put them on our respective nightstands, so that we actually have a clear idea of whose nightstand's who. I was just kind of fun. I'm gonna have Maddie. You do it on your page too if you want, like a box saying like what do you think would be on my nightstand,
I like that.
and then we could
We can figure it
talk
out.
to set day.
Yes, let's do it.
I mean,
Let's do it.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna get some backlash. I mean,
Do you want to say it? Then don't say it.
okay.
No.
I was like, we might never share a bed together again. So
Okay. You're right.
Rough.
sorry.
Silence, moment. Of
I mean,
I know.
we all know where the storyline is in the show.
Okay, I want to talk for a second about the fall while you're running in the treadmill
Yeah.
in the season finale. She was like, gasped.
It's such a good fall.
Such a good fall.
And again, for the second live, I'm gonna forget the
The
stunt.
name of the stunt.
The
She
stunt
was
woman.
amazing.
She was amazing. So Lauren, no, Lauren's my main.
People are
So Lauren is the one that usually is my stunt person for the Ferris wheel. I had Kelly, and this stunt woman whose name it's driving me crazy.
We need to find out.
We follow each other on Instagram. I should know her name. It's like I can visualize her feed.
I think we posted it on Twitter.
Great. So she just came in for that day, just came in for that one scene, didn't meet her, and that scene didn't take very long to shoot.
I thought it was just one.
Well, for her, it was just the one shot. She did one take. She never had to do another take. They had all the cameras set up. Darren Okada, our DP, directed it. So for like 2 hours, we just filmed me running in pain, stopping the whole thing.
You run so much those first few episodes.
Oh my god,
Just running.
so much. I mean, that's what I signed up for. But I just was running and running and running and running, and then like she came in right at the end to do the fall, right before, and then all I did after was the lay on the ground stuff.
So good.
So she came in, did one take, and was done and killed it.
Nailed it.
That fall is so good. That's the one, and that's the one stunt. I think I've probably said it, and I'm sounding like a broken record. That's the one stunt that I was like, I'm good. I don't need to do that one because I fight to do all my
No, that
stunts.
that looked painful. I don't know how.
It's actually like a real fear of mine because I do run so much on the treadmill.
And
I'm
you're
like,
scared to fall on the
yeah,
treadmill. Yeah.
because I've almost had times where I'm like, oh, whoa,
100%.
and caught myself.
So easy. It's like a split of a second. I feel like another good stunt was the one where Beckett falls.
Oh my gosh, you were there for that.
I was there and
He did such a good job.
So
That
good.
stunt guy.
So good.
He did such a. And what was so great is that they used that salad bowl in that scene to like fall back, because then the lettuce went everywhere. It was almost like a misdirect that like he fell pretty hard. He's like, the stunt guys, like they go for it.
Yeah.
But also the salad going up in the air
Like
and all of us
so
around going,
dramatic.
oh!
Their reaction was so genuine.
Yeah,
because
it
they
really
felt
was.
hard.
Yeah, it really was.
In his life.
So good.
And I would have overruled had I had the opportunity.
Dean was such a great character on our show.
It
Well, we
was.
wouldn't be in this position because
It was. Again, I feel like I barely met him because I never had a scene with him. But
Ever?
Never. I think there's only one scene where we kind of reacted to a
Because I guess
of ours. But
in 3 you didn't have
much.
outside of.
I'm sorry.
Is it 4?
What's up, Box? Your husband.
Squirrel.
Trained surgeon.
Squirrels. That's crazy. I guess I didn't realize that you didn't have scenes with Dean.
Ben's decision making.
Because you mainly work at the Dean Memorial Clinic.
Exactly.
And that's for him. That's after. So you work with Dean after the fact.
Indirectly. I see his picture.
In his
every day.
memory.
Exactly.
Yeah. Any questions, Maddie?
Okay, that's enough.
Let's see.
March onto my property. Start making demands.
What is your favorite part about portraying the nuances of Maya and Karina? So, like, of course, we know that, like, Maya is, like, stubborn and, like, a control freak. And, like, of course, we know that Karina's very nurturing and, like, motherly. But, like, what are some of the more, like, subtle things that you guys like to, like, bring to those characters when you're getting into, like, the nitty gritty of who they are?
It's interesting. One of our, I mean, this might, I'm just, because it came to mind, one of our writers has like this thing where he's like, it's so crazy how your physicality changes when they say action when they're playing Maya, which I didn't realize. So sometimes you don't notice the nuances you add to it too. I think
Right.
you start with the big pieces that you know about your character, and then when they call action and you're saying lines that are words that you wouldn't normally say,
Yeah.
kind of your mannerisms and everything else changes. And so he, I mean, I think I stand up pretty straight by myself, but he's like, it's crazy when they call action and you're Maya, you're always like this. I'm always kind of doing these things with my hands and like more like that or behind my, you know, it's like, it was very interesting. He's like, even your voice changes slightly. Because I go 100 miles an hour. I'm pretty calm right now because I'm exhausted, but like, I go 100 miles
Still going 100 miles an hour.
which says a lot. So when I'm at like full strength, morning coffee, the whole thing, I have like a higher pitched voice and I'm going 100 miles an hour. And then when I play Maya, I do obviously slow down.
Yeah.
So you bring in, like, these nuanced mannerisms, like, for her.
Yeah, I would say the mannerisms are something that I bring in that are very much not me, that I didn't even really notice. And I wonder if I brought them in since the beginning and if they were more intentional or if they just kind of came over time. And I'm sorry, I've been talking. What do you feel? What do you,
No, you're fine.
mix of both?
Mix of both, yeah. I feel like this is. I feel like there's a lot of interesting things that have happened during the show that Karina does, and like Karina is very nurturing. Stefania, I don't know if it's so nurturing. Like Karina has an insane maternal instinct. Stefania has none. So there's like all these things that I've had to kind of come to terms with.
Yeah.
And it's been a fascinating challenge. But I don't know if there's any specific mannerisms.
But nuances, like anything you think you bring to the character that's very much not you.
I guess I am. Stefania is nurturing, but in a different way.
I was gonna say. I was gonna say, you're nurturing.
Karina's sense of fashion, I feel like is very specific.
But you love Karina's sense of fashion. It's just not.
I would never wear a lot of the stuff that she wears.
You don't think so?
Never.
Because I've seen you like day to day. No.
I don't dress like Karina.
No, day to day you don't dress like Karina. But when you like get dressed up for a red carpet, you dress very much. I mean, you dress personally.
Boyish.
Well, like you're like a. I'm trying to think of how to. Yeah, I guess.
People are setting on fire behind us.
We're like, what's going on?
What do we wear?
What do we do? What clothes we wear? That's interesting. So it's like those little things.
Yeah, but
So
I
you're probably.
I guess it's like at the beginning of Karina, when she arrived on Grace, my accent was stronger, but I put it on.
Because your character was, it was very, yeah.
From Italy. I don't know.
Okay, great news. Emily Culver saving the day. Claire Hugenbaum was your stunt double.
Thank you, Claire. That makes me feel so much better because the first time I said Carly.
No, and then
I
I
was
really knew
Claire.
that it was Claire. Claire.
What's her
Huge
last
shout
name?
out to Claire. Hugenbaum.
Hugenbaum.
Hugenboom.
Hogan Boom. I love this last name. It's
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
She's gonna have to tell us how to pronounce that.
Yeah.
Claire was amazing, obviously. Did that stunt off the treadmill. It was not me. I will never take credit for that. Claire killed it. It looked like it hurt, and she got up and was like, I'm good. I'm like, okay.
It's amazing.
This scene of them drunk is amazing. By the way, what was the scene we just missed in the fire? What fire incident is this?
Impulse when I'm feeling better.
Was anyone paying attention?
Somebody was not opening the door.
We're being bad.
We're talking about fashion. you
So
guys.
many things that we're trying to cover, but I love this scene. And one of the hardest things to shoot, I would say, as an actor, is to act drunk
or high.
because you go too far and it seems like you're acting. You do too little and
It seems like
you're not drunk.
Yeah.
And it's this weird balance because the truth is when you are drunk, you don't think you're acting drunk. You think you're acting totally fine. You'd have to almost have somebody film you so you could kind of see the nuances you have.
Yeah.
And like figure out what those things are. Like, do you talk slower or do you like
Talk faster.
or do you slow your words or do you like talk totally normal but like your body sways? Like, what do you do when you're drunk?
What do you do when you're drunk? Do you know?
Well, from what I hear, I don't seem drunk at all.
You seem.
You've got to see me. You've seen me drunk.
I have.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna
feel like
say.
you just talk very fast.
I always talk fast.
Exactly. So maybe
So checks out.
Oh my god, I have a story about this outfit. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
okay,
God.
so this is what has officially been coined the tidy whitey scene. So, listen. I'm putting you on the spot. I have to act opposite her. And you're always looking hot and sexy
Stop
in lingerie.
it! Sorry, you shut up, please.
Again, very different characters. I don't dress like Maya either. I dress more like Karina, and you dress more like Maya.
Yeah,
That
so
is
true.
one thing that's very different, and it's so funny. And in this scene, I'm like in underwear and a sweater next to Stefania, and I'm like, we're trying to decide what sweater, how does it look sexy, how are we gonna make Maya look sexy? The underwear. So it's ABC. I can't wear the underwear I would normally wear. Like,
Right.
you know,
No
so
butt cheeks.
you can't show butt cheeks, and you can't even show under butt cheeks, which is a
No.
thing.
Not even upper. Like,
You can't show any butt cheek. It can't
No
be the
butt
upper part or the bottom part. There's like very strict rules for 8 p.m. on ABC. So those things, which is all
Fair
valid
enough,
things,
fair enough.
but you have to work within these confines. And the little boxer briefs I was gonna wear were gonna be
Too revealing.
no, they were gonna be like blue or red.
Oh yes.
And at the last second, I decided to change to white.
White. I think he looks great. Why are you laughing?
Everyone thinks it looks great. I love this.
It
scene
looks
so much.
real. Like that's what I
It
look
does.
like when I walk
This
around.
scene is so. Oh,
This scene is so cute.
yeah.
Ah, they're so
It's such
cute.
a good scene.
Come on. And again, this was a scene that we learned the day before that we had very
Kind of the
little
day
time to
of.
shoot.
It was like the day of we were stumbling
Yeah.
through it to figure
It
it
was
all
the
out.
night before.
Which
literally,
means like
yeah.
we didn't have any time. Like we were discovering the scenes
As
while
we were doing it, and it was very tough to shoot because
But that
also
was a simple scene to shoot.
sometimes for men it's a little harder to direct. and
Oh,
do it scene.
100%. Have we? Can I keep going?
No, go
I have a
ahead. Go
question.
ahead.
Have we had any? And I was thinking about this. Have we had any female directors direct our like sexier scenes? Because I remember that one was David Greenspan. Jason George did the insemination, which really
Yeah.
wasn't. Oh, it started sexy. It started with the sexy
Yeah,
scene.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, he did. No, it's always men. It's just been usually men.
Never listen to me.
And I was wondering if there's actually.
Paris was very easy though.
Yeah, I was just thinking, is there a woman that's directed
I don't think so. Not yet.
one of our sexier scenes? And I find that strange that it's always. We've had a lot of female directors, so it's
And it's
interesting that it's
not
always turned out that way.
by choice because I felt like the combination happens randomly because the director
Oh, yeah.
decided at the beginning of the year and the episodes
Yes.
get decided as we go. So it's not decided because of what director we have.
Yeah, you have no idea what that script is when they're
Yeah,
chosen.
it never happened.
But what I was gonna say too is that some of the scenes we get scenes and they're harder to try to make work. Like, what is the scene? How are we doing it?
Yeah.
Like the one that actually aired we're supposed to be talking about this episode. We're horrible,
Sorry.
and we're talking about every other episode. But I'll finish the statement. The one that aired with the treadmill.
Yeah.
The scene of us, the one, remember in the opening scene where like we're arguing in bed, I get out of bed,
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Oh my god, that was so hard to figure out.
That scene was so hard to figure out. But the truth is the scene was supposed to be awkward and feel difficult and feel like we were both on different pages because we were.
Yeah.
And normally all of our scenes are so easy to shoot because we're very in sync.
Yes.
And that scene, we were very
Off sync.
Yes, and we
So
had to
very
be,
tough,
and
yeah.
like, well, what do you do? What am I doing? And that scene ended up kind of being a stumble through.
Yeah, but
And I remember the crew loved it. Like the crew was like, that was actually, I've never seen your guys' characters like that.
Yeah.
Because we were so on different pages.
Yeah.
But the scene that I love, it's a cool way to the shots right now. Oh, here he goes, because now he's upset. That's right, that's what they're doing.
yes.
Because he's upset by Dean.
Yes.
This was a beautiful scene.
Beautiful.
I remember
They
what.
also had a couple powerful bathroom scenes.
Yeah. Well, because a bathroom always seems to be the place you go to break
Kind of
down.
have your breakdowns.
But yeah, I remember this scene the first time I saw it, and I remember being like, God, that's a good scene. You feel so much emotion.
Read it. I thought it was amazing. Do you gasp at table reads? I feel like I often gasp at table reads.
I used to, when table reads were in person, we now do table reads over Zoom.
Which is not as good.
And because of the delay, because of internet, because there's some people don't pick up the cues because they're not hearing it on their app.
You forgot to unmute yourself.
Yeah, there's something else.
Yourself.
There's so many. This was such a great.
He's great. I'm gonna cry. Don't cry, Jack.
Okay,
Such a great.
similar or different to portray grief versus heartbreak?
Different.
Oh my god, so different.
Yeah. I mean, you can. They're both sad.
And they're kissing. Sorry, I'm just gonna notice
I
that.
forgot how this
They're
kiss
making
happened.
out.
It was like an aggressive,
Grief,
just.
kissing.
Straight into make out.
Wait, which is apparently, I'm gonna butcher this. Fear and arousal live in the same
Part of your brain.
part of your brain.
Interesting. Is this
So
fact?
it is.
Okay.
Like a friend, one of my best friends is a psychologist, and she
Okay.
just told me that. I was like,
Fear and arousal.
yes.
Interesting.
And I wonder if there is like anger or sadness. Like I think this intense feeling live in that world as well, and that's why like something, a moment so intense could also lead to arousal in a weird way.
Yeah.
But I feel like it totally makes sense to me, this scene. I was like, yeah, it could happen for sure.
Absolutely
They're so
makes
sad and such a need to like comfort, to feel so good.
So good. Such a great scene.
Yeah.
Um,
And so, what was your question? Sorry, Maddie.
I thought too. I forgot it.
No,
Grief and heartbreak.
yeah.
They're always. I mean, they're always going to be different.
Yeah.
You're always going to have different nuances that go with each one. And heartbreak of what? There's a million different heartbreaks. There's heartbreak from love. There's heartbreak from a loss. There's heartbreak from, so there's, and I guess grief would be heartbreak from loss. But what kind of loss? Is it passing of someone like them? Or is it a loss of like a relationship breaking up? Like,
Yeah.
Well, you know, sometimes people say like when you break up, like it feels similar to like
Like a loss?
grieving a loss. Yeah. And so like, do you channel those like same emotions, or do you just like give it its own separate like
when you're
cover?
acting?
Yeah, when you're acting.
When you're acting, it's complete. I say it's completely different because, like, when I think of like my mother and I have grief. Not my mother, my God, my grandmother who passed, and I have grief over her passing.
There's different types of loss.
It hits me when like I used to go and spend Thanksgiving with her, and she's not here. So those times I feel sadness because of missing her. A relationship, past relationships. When I think of them, I can also there's a little bit of personally. Happiness for the fact that that was a part of my life. Obviously, it didn't work out for a certain reason, so I'm sad to not have that person in my life anymore. But there was usually, in the end, a reason for.
I feel like also it depends if you ended the relationship or not.
Of course,
It's
that's a
always
whole
so much
different-
harder when you're the one that is left.
See what you're getting into
Yeah.
is there's a million different nuances,
different
and you have to decide what it's going to be because that then helps play out how you're going to play everything else.
Also, if you break up because of betrayal, there's a lot of anger in there. But if you break up because like the love ended, there's a lot of sadness. So it's
Or you
a
had-
different kind of.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. It's a different kind of grief.
Yeah.
In that sense.
So it's
So
that's
very
a
different.
loaded
Sounds like
question.
very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're different because of the little things that go into it. It's
Yeah.
like the difference of like Maya standing up straight and having a deeper voice than I do. Uh-oh, the dogs are gonna think we're gonna start barking. So,
Hey. No, Jeff. No.
hi Ford. This episode has a lot of like the scene with you, which I was gonna say earlier, where I'm like, I want, what's the line? I want
I want to be able to count
all my blessings.
my blessing on another you, another version of you.
Another version of you.
Yeah.
When I was like looking, like that scene was such a beautiful scene, so beautifully written. This, such a beautiful scene, so beautifully written.
Leah killed it.
Leah
Let's just
killed
say
it.
that. And we're picking the donor.
That was fun, and that was just like an improvised scene.
Yeah.
Like, say what you'd want to say. I think, right? We didn't have anything
Yeah.
scripted. We just was saying random things because they knew they weren't going to use the sound.
No, exactly.
And this scene, even though it's a sad scene, because you're watching all these people form families, right? Ben and Randa they're stronger. Maya and Karina, they're stronger.
Yeah.
They're breaking up, but the truth is coming out. It's just such a beautiful.
And
I'm
I feel
overthinking
like
everything now.
The mom, no, it makes sense. Beautiful Travis' reaction, and also the mom has a beautiful reaction to this heartbreak,
Yeah.
which goes back to the question.
That's right. Her and Theo.
Theo,
are
how are you feeling? Oh my god!
That's so. Because he's. I forgot. Carlos was already in the show. That's right. Because she starts she goes on the run and starts seeing Theo when Dean was still
And
there.
their chemistry is so freaking good.
Yeah, the chemistry is so good. They're so cute. Too,
Yeah, they were at the
scenes.
wedding as a couple.
That's right.
And then Dean was
This
looking
is a
at
good
them.
scene. I remember this scene.
Nice speech.
I really did like 23.
It pays to be ruthless sometimes.
It's a good station. It's a good set.
It was a good station. It was really cool to see like the opposite of what Station 19 is, right? It was like an older station made of brick, and it was just grittier, and the firefighters were different. It was just cool to see something so different.
Yeah.
Well, you can try to demonize me for being ambitious and
Andy was the lead on this call. She was as acting captain on this.
She's acting captain at 23, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
her in Beckett's office.
Teaching everybody how to behave because they're kind of a shit show.
They're such a mess over there at 23. She had to come in and fix them up.
Is it shit show?
I don't know, but you did, and that's fine with me.
3 times.
She apologized.
Doing inappropriate
So
things.
Steele. You know,
What?
it's Kevin's house to lose. If he wanted it,
Okay, I didn't remember that. I forgot that I totally forgot that this is actually when she said
I
it.
slept with him once, and I was letting him down easy, okay?
Know what? Sully. So that's heartbreaking and also enraging. I think I would have started smashing things here. Stefania would have. Karina, maybe not. But Savre.
I love when you have difficulties struggling between the two. You walk in and your Italian gets really strong, and you're like, I would never do this. I would never do this. And I'm like, but Stefania, you're not. Karina.
True, I do that all
You're like,
the
but I'm
time.
Italian, and Italian would never do this. And I'm like,
Never. I have such a strong opinion about it.
Okay, we can pause
Also,
this.
sometimes like the passive aggressive comments, I'm like, no, Italians don't do passive aggressive.
What do you mean? Like what? Give me an
Right.
example.
Like, do you want to do that? It's a construction. It's a construction of the sentence that we don't use. It's
Say it again?
It's not. Do you want to do this? It's like, can you do this? Because
Oh, you guys don't like ask. It's not a question.
No, yeah. Can
Well,
you do this?
Can
It's
you
a
do
way- but it's
this?
a
Do
direct
you want
question.
to do this?
But I'm asking you.
Does that feel
still want to
passive
do
aggressive?
something?
Do
Yeah.
you want to do this?
Yeah.
Can you do this?
Yeah, because I'm asking you to do this, and I'm asking you like if it's something that you want to do.
Yeah.
But it truly is something that I want you to do. So I just say, can you do this? And you can say yes or no. But if you say, sometimes people are like, do you want to close the door? I'm like, I don't. Do you want me to close the door?
Oh my gosh! Because see, I hear, can you do this as like, are you asking if I can? Like I can close the door.
Right. Or I guess the proper thing would be like, would you mind closing the door?
Yeah. And I
Would
think,
you close the door? Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
direct statement
Yeah.
instead of, well,
A
that's
direct
still-
question.
A direct, like,
Instead of,
I'm
like,
asking you, can
yeah.
you,
Is it something that
will
yeah.
you please close the door?
Yeah, and it drives me crazy when people go, "Do you want to get mic?" I'm like, "No, I'm happy eating right now. But if you want, I'll get mic."
You do that a lot. I understand Scott will come in and be like, do you want to get mic'd? You're like, no, I don't. Any other questions? The episode ended, and I feel like I'm only speaking for myself, did do a great job of like making sure that we
You
covered
did.
the rest
You're
of
a
the
great
episode.
hostess.
Any questions coming through, Maddie?
Let's see. Well, always people want to know what it feels like to watch yourself back on TV.
Not fun.
I answered this. I mean, I could follow up on it, but I want to hear your thoughts on like watching yourself.
I love that we talked through the whole thing because I was like dying a little bit on the inside, especially because it's like this episode particularly we're like half naked,
Sex
and so
time.
intimate. So I'm like, so it's not fun.
Yeah.
What about you?
It's always hard. I mean, I didn't like watching the scene of me crying that when me and Emily did the last one. The end, that was hard to watch. It's hard to watch the really like raw emotion stuff.
Beautiful scene, by the way. Yeah.
Thanks. But because I'm now on the, which you get too, like on the other side of the camera and having to watch, you know, scenes and dailies or like at the end of the day what you filmed and like really see it from the perspective of a director and a producer, which I'm not a producer, but like trying to see that perspective of like, okay, this is a piece of the story. How does this fit the story? Because as an actor, I watch it and I'm like, how is my individual performance? How do I look? How was I positioned? Why did they choose that take? You know, when you watch an edit, but when I watch it in pieces and I know it's part of the whole story, it helps me really break it down and go, okay, no, this is a bigger story. This isn't just, you know, actors we just think only of ourselves.
So self-centered.
But you know, and to give us a little, like, to let up on, like,
it's like in life, we are like
your heart, yes.
The actors of our own life arc.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing in our show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've gotten really good at being able to watch myself because I kind of like switch gears and don't view it as like I'm looking at it as Danielle.
But you're looking as like a piece of the puzzle.
Yeah. And did that work? And sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm like, I actually didn't. I think there was, a scene coming up that I was like, no, I didn't.
Really?
I didn't love the choice that was chosen.
Right.
So it's interesting, you know?
Okay.
Like sometimes they do still, like, but I also like that because I like that we're now being behind the camera. I have an opinion.
Right.
And I have an opinion not based on selfish, not what's what I'm thinking of.
Help me. Something. Self-centered. Selfish.
Oh my gosh, my brain's too tired to think of this right now. Narcissistic.
Okay.
Aha.
Okay, sorry.
I was about to say narcissism. I was like, nope, that's not the right word.
No.
You know, they're not like for narcissistic reasons.
Right,
They're like,
right,
oh no,
right.
I just don't like that scene because I think if you had chosen a different take, it would help the
Right.
story better.
Right. And it's
So-
also tough because most of the times we don't know what's happening next, so we don't know what's being
Even though we
planted
beg.
on the episode. We definitely beg, and sometimes they tell us, but then they change it completely the following episode. So
Yeah, we had to hold back on a couple of things. Like Emily and I couldn't fully talk about the writing process because some things have to be kept top secret about how things are done. But like,
okay.
but things do tend to change a lot, and they
do too.
or we go back and shoot things after the fact. You know?
Or stuff gets shot and then they don't make it into the cut, like one of our scenes at the
Which
Grace
one?
Run Hospital after we met for the
Wait.
first time.
I was like, don't say anything.
No,
This
3
hasn't happened
years
yet.
ago.
Okay.
3 years ago.
Oh, the coffee scene. Well, the
The
crazy thing
coffee
is,
scene.
they also release pictures, as most people know. They release pictures
Of that scene
from
that
the
never
day.
aired.
Yeah. And so there's these pictures on the world of a scene of me coming and giving you coffee because
Yeah.
people made that reference when I brought you the coffee on Station 19, and I was like, but that never actually happened
No.
in the world of Grey's Anatomy because
No.
that scene got cut.
Yep. Exactly.
So.
But that kind of goes into a question that someone asked here. That one Sharky said, do you like pitch ideas to writers, and like if so, has there been something that you've suggested that has made it into the show?
We pitch stuff all the time. I definitely know. What?
It's almost hard to remember what was a pitch. What
That's
was
what I'm trying to remember is like what. Oh, you know what? Again, we can't talk about it. Something coming up was something we pitched.
Yeah.
And it actually hasn't played out. We know it's about to play out.
Yeah.
And we were told that it's going to happen that way.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen the script of it yet.
No.
So there's something we did pitch that is supposed to play out that way. And like we said, things though change at the last second.
Yeah.
Or things kind of get added after. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say that, but like the scene of Maya giving Beckett the bottle of alcohol. What episode was that? 5. It did happen already, right? It happened already, right? It aired. It aired, right, Maddie? I'm not saying something that hasn't aired yet.
Yes, it was.
Maya giving Beckett the bottle of alcohol.
Yes, that aired.
That aired.
Oh my god, thank God!
You were like, God, please, 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 please. Like that scene was shot 2 episodes after we finished that episode.
Yeah.
That was added. They were like, we need to add a
Something.
scene to the end of this episode.
Drama.
And I remember reading it being like, what?
Why? At the very end of the episode.
Yeah, well, that's what they were like, the button at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Maya
There's
being
also stuff that we fought
vicious.
strongly, and it still happened.
Well, I know what you fought strongly against.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what you fought strongly against. Certain storylines. You can elaborate if you'd like.
Oh, I cannot.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else we can provide, and any like questions about the process of being an actor. I'm trying to think if there's anything that come across.
Any more
Because I know that during the last one with Emily, people really wanted to ask more questions about writing, and I think we kind of missed an opportunity there. So I'm trying to think.
About acting specifically, is it another
the
specific
process.
question about acting?
There's been
Maddie?
some really good ones already too, though.
Yeah, the Greek one was really good.
Maddie's like,
Complex. I don't look at marks.
oh my god, this is us, yeah. So Stefania is notoriously known for, so when you go into a scene, for people that don't know, when you go into a scene, you rehearse a scene, you decide how you're going to play the scene, right? So we act out the words, the director has an idea of what he thinks or she thinks we should be doing. We see what feels right. After that, the crew comes in and they do a thing called marking. Like they mark our spots with
on the
tees,
floor.
with tape. And everyone's got their own colors.
Yeah.
You've probably seen, I'm sure I posted pictures of like all of our colored tees everywhere.
Yeah.
And we put those in place, and then a second team comes in, which are people that look very similar to us, that come in and stand on those marks while they set up the camera and the lighting to make the lighting look good on us when we step in, back in, because we usually have to go back into hair and makeup and get sound wired and all these things.
Yeah.
And so we leave the cameras and lighting set up the shot with the stand-ins. My stand-in's name's Amber. I don't know yours. I do
think
have a
mine
set.
rotates
Yours
and
will rotate.
yeah.
Because you're not there enough.
Yeah.
I used to have Jen, but Jen had to leave because she had a baby.
So
Congrats,
pregnant.
Jen.
That's nice.
So I have Amber now, which is she's awesome. But that's so you have a stand-in, and it's your set stand-in. And then they come in. I'm going on a tangent. They mark. We come in, and then when we say rolling, the whole point is you have to hit those marks because the cameras and the lighting and everything have been set for those marks.
I feel the marks.
Stefania is notoriously known for, we're not just like, sometimes you miss a mark, right? And you miss it and you're a couple inches off. And they're like, okay, you just gotta move over a little bit or whatever. Stefania is notoriously known for missing, like, the mark could be here and Stefania's over there.
But who missed all the marks today?
Not all of them, just one.
Two,
Just one.
The first one is wrong. Two.
Did I
The
miss
first
the
one
first
you
one?
were in the wrong one.
I did, I had it inverted. No, so I had karma. I did get karma today because
I have to say, though,
I gave you crap for
You
it.
did. She
And then
didn't crap
I
this
missed
morning.
my
I was like,
mark
sorry,
today.
what? Who missed the mark? Who missed the mark?
Yeah,
But I
it was instant karma.
I was actually thinking about it in the car because I was like, why don't I look at marks? And I think being a dancer,
Yeah.
I feel like I need to fill the space and the, like, because I feel like after I miss it once, I understand what the diagonal is and I don't miss it again. I feel like it's just the first time after I come back from rehearsal, I just don't look at it, so I need to figure it out in the first rehearsal. But I think being a dancer, it makes me want to be aware of the space and connected with the actor and with the space instead of looking at a physical mark.
Yeah.
Like looking at a physical
I don't-
mark takes me out of the scene
It's
completely.
fine. I don't look at my physical marks.
Right.
You have a reference.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
exactly.
Usually you have a reference, but your
Yeah.
reference is always.
The first time we rehearse it, I'm like, I want to be here right now. Why can't I
Yeah.
not?
So like when you have to train yourself eventually, but
Yeah.
like when you start off acting, you tend to sometimes look down. If the coverage isn't on your face, you can look
Yeah.
down and kind of slightly look and like look
Yeah.
back up, so you're not screwing up the other person's coverage.
Yeah.
But for the most part, when when it's on you, you don't want to actually step onto a mark, look down, and then
Yeah.
look back up.
It's kind of hard.
So you almost have to use eyeline references,
Yeah.
which it
But
takes
I never look
time.
at a mark.
Which is totally no. You don't have to look at the mark. You just have to hit the mark.
yeah.
And we give her crap for this just because like
They
the
bully
camera
me.
department is very
They bully me.
they know, like I've been told before, they're like, hey, if Stefania is blocking your shot, just find the camera. And I'm like, okay.
I feel it, guys.
She feels it.
Very spontaneous about it.
Hey, listen, we all have our things, and I think it's adorable and endearing, and I love it. So any other questions, Maddie? I'm trying to think where we should wrap it up. We did watch the episode. We're figuring this out. We've got 3 more to do, and so I'm just trying to figure out what the best way to do all this is.
You're doing great.
Thanks.
Thanks. Good job. Good job.
Any other questions? Or do you
Maddie.
think we're...
I think we covered a lot of it.
Beautiful.
Well, as you guys know, you can watch Station 19 on Hulu, kind of binge watch all the episodes. I will be binge watching the entire season 5 to get prepared. Sorry, season 6, season 5, and 6.
To get prepared for the
To get prepared for directing in approximately 4 weeks.
Whoop, whoop.
Craziness.
You're pooping yourself?
Am I pooping myself? No. I actually feel very
Prepared.
ready and prepared,
Good.
as prepared as you can be. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, there's things that are going to come up.
Fair enough. Yeah.
That, yeah, of
Changes
course.
thrown at you like left and right.
And I'll be nervous and the whole thing,
Yeah.
but I feel ready. It's been 4 years of begging and shooting a short that I'm very proud of and
Yes.
shadowing, and
100%.
I think I'm ready.
Put your hours in. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're ready.
so I'm definitely ready. But so I'll be binge watching it on Hulu as well, so you guys, we can watch it. But they'll be doing 3 more of these like watch parties. Please let us know if we didn't do as well. We're gonna do a story saying what you guys think should be on our nightstands, and maybe we'll talk to set deck if we're ever
Yeah, the things that
sleeping
we
back
can.
in our bed again.
If we
Ever are. That's not gonna make everyone happy. I'm sorry. We don't know.
we don't know nothing, just know. Sorry.
Okay, last question.
Yeah.
Was the finger bite in that scene improvised?
Yes.
We've done that one before.
No.
Oh, okay, good.
But we know. We improvise a fair amount. I
Like
would
the way
say.
that you're interacting with each other, there was another question that was like, was it awkward for you to put your hand on Danielle's foot? In like
this
one
is
of
the
those
thing.
scenes.
Most of the stuff
I don't even remember.
that
Yeah.
happened on the scene, I don't even remember. We don't
Same.
even remember doing it.
It's the
just
way
was
that you
so
guys are
natural.
touching, yeah, and like moving
Yeah.
with each other is natural.
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
But what like ends up happening is why I think I'm going back to what I said earlier, which was we've only had male directors, which there's nothing wrong with it. As actors, directors, you should be able to
Yeah.
act and direct, and it's not an issue. But there is an element of a little uncomfortability
From their part, yeah.
when you have male directors doing our intimate scenes. And not that, well, David was probably the most uncomfortable, which David
Yeah,
would admit,
exactly.
because he's just,
Because we're never uncomfortable. This
we're
is the
never
thing.
uncomfortable with each other. So a lot of times what ends up happening with the male directors we've had shooting these intimate scenes is we kind of just say what we're going to
Yeah.
do. Or they're like, we want you to lay on the bed. I think it was his idea how we were laying on the bed. And then the scene just took place and they
Yeah.
filmed it, and we just, what comes of it comes of it.
Definitely.
Like a lot of it is very much in the moment.
So much of it.
Which is,
So
I
much
think,
of
what
the
also
physicality.
is a huge part of the Marina relationship.
Yeah.
Is like so much of that we listen to each other and
Yeah.
we feel it out in the moment, and it
Yeah.
really resonates on
Yeah,
people.
there's so many scenes where I rewatch it and I'm like, whoa, did what? Okay. Why
Yeah.
did that? She did that. I didn't even recall that happening.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Like I don't remember her grabbing my foot. She grabbed my foot?
I don't either.
There was a moment in one of the first scenes where she like she's not like grabbing your foot, but she like
Touches it.
like kind of like the way that you would when you're like sitting on the couch with your partner and
Yeah.
you know interacting with them.
She was foreshadowing Maya's
Yeah.
messed up ankle.
My dawn. The makeup on the ankle was epic. Good job, honey. It was like bada boom with the black
I know. Bada boom.
Bada boom.
I'm feeling Fifth Element vibes right now. No, it was we love doing scenes together. It'll be nice to one day, hopefully,
It's
to
been
be
a
able to do happy scenes again.
Yeah.
Would be nice. Because awkward scenes and mean scenes are hard.
It's so hard.
Because we like to have a lot of fun together, as everyone knows.
Yeah.
And then we have to do these tough, hard scenes.
Yeah.
Or we don't have a ton of scenes together. We're just doing scenes with other people talking about each other.
Yeah, exactly.
So, anyways, but these were
knows what's
this
gonna
was
happen.
this is the good days. And if anything, like
Today was good.
this is a good this was what we watched.
Yeah,
Xavier
this is
says
the good
hi.
days. Exactly.
Xavier says hi.
Yeah.
Hi, Xavier. Okay, we'll stop talking now.
Well done, Leah Gonzalez.
Amazing.
And well done, David Greenspan.
Amazing.
And thank you guys for watching this with us.
Thank you very much. And I will see you next Thursday with another special guest.
I'll watch you.
You better say hi.
I better say hi.
In the meantime, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week and weekend, and I'll see you next Thursday. Thanks for watching Station 19 with us on Hulu, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Ciao,
everyone.
belli.
Mwah.
Ciao,
Bye. I'm so blinded, I actually can't see the end button.